When Tom Mitchell found a fully cooked dinner waiting on the kitchen table at 6 p.m. sharp, he thought his mother had stopped by. But she hadn't been to his house in weeks. The chicken was perfectly seasoned. The vegetables steamed. The plate covered with foil, still warm. His 8-year-old daughter, Emma, sat at the table with a nervous smile. "I made it, Daddy." Tom stared at the meal, then at his daughter. She'd never cooked before. Not once. She could barely reach the stove. "Emma, sweetheart, you can't use the stove by yourself. It's dangerous." "But you need to eat," she whispered. Something in her voice made him pause. Have you ever heard a child sound like they're carrying the weight of the world? That's what Tom heard that Tuesday evening. He sat down. The food was good, surprisingly good. But the knot in his stomach grew tighter with every bite. "Where did you learn to cook like this?" Emma looked down at her hands. "YouTube." Tom's wife, Sarah, had died 11 months ago. Breast cancer. Stage 4. She'd fought for 2 years while Tom watched the love of his life fade away, piece by piece. Now he was drowning, working double shifts as an ER nurse to pay off medical debt that never seemed to shrink. He barely saw Emma anymore. His mother picked her up from school. A neighbor watched her until Tom got home, usually after 9. But lately, Tom had been coming home earlier. Around 6. A schedule change at the hospital. What happened next shocked everyone who knew this family. The next day, another meal waited. Spaghetti with meat sauce. Garlic bread on the side. "Emma, we need to talk about this. Please, Daddy. I want to help." Comment, "Yes, if you'd let your child do this, or tell me why you wouldn't. I want to know what you think." Tom's chest tightened. She was 8 years old, using the stove, handling knives. Every parenting instinct screamed danger. But something else whispered underneath that alarm. She needs this. She needs to feel useful. "Okay," he said slowly. "But I have rules. No cooking unless I know you're doing it. Text me before you start. And nothing that requires the oven over 350 degrees. Emma's face lit up like Christmas morning. For 2 weeks, the dinners continued. Tom would get a text at 5:30, "Starting dinner, Daddy." His heart would race until he got home and found her safe, stirring a pot or checking on rice. She was careful. Methodical. She'd watch recipe videos 3 times before attempting anything. But Tom started noticing other things. Emma had stopped playing with her dolls. Her room was immaculate, not messy like a normal 8-year-old's. She did her homework without being asked. She went to bed at 8 p.m. sharp, never arguing. She was acting like a tiny adult. One night, Tom came home to find Emma crying over a burnt pot of soup. "I ruined it. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm so sorry." She wasn't crying about the soup. Tom knelt beside her, pulling her into his arms. "Baby, what's really going on?" That's when Emma said the words that shattered him. "I heard you crying last night. You said you can't do this anymore." Subscribe so you don't miss what he said next. It changes everything. Tom's blood ran cold. 2 nights ago, after Emma had gone to bed, he'd broken down. Completely. Sitting on his bedroom floor, staring at bills he couldn't pay, he'd whispered to the darkness, "I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to do this alone." He thought Emma was asleep. "Sweetheart, I didn't mean. Mommy used to make you dinner every night. She said it made you happy after work. I thought if I made you dinner, you wouldn't be so sad. You wouldn't want to leave." Tom felt his heart crack open. "Leave? Emma, I'm never leaving you. Never. You understand me? But you said you can't do this anymore." He pulled her closer, his own tears finally coming. "I meant I'm tired, baby. I'm sad. But I would never, ever leave you. You're the reason I keep going. We've all felt overwhelmed, but imagine being 8 and thinking you have to save your parent. What would you have done in her shoes? That night, Tom called in sick for the first time in 11 months. He and Emma ordered pizza and watched her favorite movie. They stayed up past midnight, talking about mommy, about feelings, about how it's okay to be sad and tired and overwhelmed. You don't have to take care of me, Tom told her. That's my job. I take care of you. But I like cooking for you, Daddy. Tom thought about this. His therapist had been telling him for months that grief needs expression. Maybe Emma needed this outlet. Maybe they both did. How about we cook together, he suggested. On my days off, we make meals. We can prep stuff for the week. But no more cooking alone. Deal? Emma nodded, wiping her eyes. Deal. But the story doesn't end there. It gets deeper. Tom started coming home earlier whenever possible. He picked up Emma from school twice a week. They cooked together on weekends, big batches of food they could freeze and reheat. Emma stopped acting like a miniature adult. She played again. Laughed again. Made messes again. But 3 weeks after their breakthrough, Tom's mother called him at work. Tom, you need to see something. She'd been cleaning Emma's room and found a notebook hidden under the bed. Tom rushed home during his break. His mother handed him the notebook with tears in her eyes. Inside were pages and pages of plans. Meal plans. Budget spreadsheets Emma had copied from websites. A list of Tom's favorite foods. Notes about nutrition, Daddy needs vegetables, and protein for energy. But what broke Tom completely was the first page. In Emma's careful handwriting, Ways to Help Daddy Not Be Sad. By Emma Mitchell. Subscribe now, you need to hear what happened next, and you won't see it coming. The list included: make dinner like Mommy did. Keep room clean so Daddy doesn't have more work. Don't ask for expensive things. Be good at school. Don't cry about Mommy when Daddy is home. Help Daddy remember to smile. An 8-year-old child had created a manual for saving her father from drowning. Tom sat on Emma's bed, reading every word, and realized something devastating. His daughter had been watching him break apart, piece by piece, just like he'd watched Sarah die. And she'd decided, at 8 years old, that it was her job to fix him. That night, Tom did something he should have done months ago. He made an appointment with a family therapist. Not for Emma. For both of them. He also cut his hours at work. Picked up fewer shifts. The debt would take longer to pay off, but he wouldn't lose his daughter in the process. Some say he should have handled it differently, that he should have gotten help sooner. Others say he did the best he could. What do you think? Drop a comment. In their first therapy session, the counselor asked Emma a question: why did you think your daddy might leave? Emma's answer was simple and gutting: because Mommy left. And Daddy was so sad. I thought if I made him less sad, he would stay. The therapist explained something to Tom that changed how he saw everything. Children of loss often take on inappropriate responsibility. They become hyper-competent, hyper-aware. They sacrifice their childhood to stabilize the chaos around them. Emma wasn't just cooking dinner. She was trying to resurrect her mother and save her father simultaneously. Over the following months, Tom and Emma worked through their grief together, messily, imperfectly, but together. Tom learned to let Emma see him sad without her thinking she needed to fix it. Emma learned that her father's pain wasn't her responsibility. But here's what most people don't know, and it changes everything about this story. One evening, 6 months after Emma had made that first dinner, Tom came home to find her cooking again. His heart lurched, old fear rising. Emma, we talked about. I know, Daddy. You're home. We're cooking together, remember? I just started the pasta water. Tom exhaled. She wasn't trying to save him. She was just making dinner. "What are we making?" he asked, setting down his bag. "Mommy's chicken piccata. Grandma gave me the recipe." They cooked side by side, Emma chattering about school, about her friend's birthday party, about the book she was reading. Normal 8-year-old things. When they sat down to eat, Emma said something that finally let Tom breathe again. "This is fun, Daddy. Cooking with you. It's different than when I did it alone." "Different how?" "It doesn't feel heavy anymore." Tom understood exactly what she meant. If this happened in your neighborhood, would you have noticed? Subscribe so you're prepared to see the signs. The truth is, thousands of kids are silently trying to save their struggling parents right now. They're taking on responsibilities that crush them. They're sacrificing their childhoods because they believe they have no choice. And most of the time, nobody notices until it's too late. Tom's story went viral when he shared it in a parent support group. Not because it was unique, but because it was so painfully common. Within days, hundreds of parents responded with their own versions: the 7-year-old who stopped asking for anything, the 10-year-old who became the family mediator, the 6-year-old who started hiding his emotions to avoid burdening his grieving father. But here's the darkest part that nobody talks about: Emma's instinct wasn't wrong. Tom had been thinking about leaving, not Emma, but everything else. Packing up, moving across the country, starting over somewhere without memories of Sarah in every corner. He'd been researching it at night when Emma was supposed to be asleep. Would he have done it? Probably not. But the fact that his 8-year-old daughter sensed his desperation and tried to fix it with chicken and vegetables. That's the part that should haunt all of us. How many kids are reading their parents' pain right now and trying to cook their way out of abandonment? If you're still not subscribing, comment and tell me why, because this matters more than you think. Today, Emma is 9. She still cooks with Tom twice a week. But now it's their thing, not her rescue mission. They laugh while they cook. They make mistakes. They order pizza when neither feels like trying. Tom framed that notebook page, ways to help Daddy not be sad, but not as a keepsake. As a reminder of how close he came to letting his daughter drown while he was drowning himself. He's still paying off Sarah's medical debt. He still cries sometimes when he passes her photo in the hallway. Some mornings are impossibly hard. But now when Emma asks, "Are you okay, Daddy?" he tells her the truth: "Not always. But I will be." And that's not your job to fix. That's the lesson Tom wants other parents to hear: your kids can't save you. They shouldn't have to try. And when they do try, when they start making elaborate dinners or hiding their needs or becoming miniature adults, that's not resilience. That's a child drowning in responsibility they were never meant to carry. The real reason Emma started cooking will break you because it's not actually about the cooking at all. It's about a little girl who lost her mother and was terrified of losing her father, too. It's about a man so consumed by grief and debt and exhaustion that he couldn't see his daughter sacrificing herself to keep him afloat. It's about how trauma makes children grow up too fast, and how sometimes love looks like burnt soup and whispered apologies. It's about all the Emma Mitchells out there right now, reading this, who think their job is to fix the adults around them. Subscribe before you miss the next story, because these patterns hide everywhere, and you won't always see them coming. Emma's still in therapy. So is Tom. They're learning, slowly, how to be a family of 2 instead of the ghost of 3. Some days are better than others. But here's what Tom wants you to know: if a child in your life suddenly becomes too helpful, too perfect, too worried about your well-being, that's not growth. That's fear. And if you're the parent barely holding it together, trying to hide your pain from your kids, they already know. They've always known. The question isn't whether they see you struggling. It's whether they think it's their job to save you.